Hi, my name is Amanda, and today I'm going to show you some toys that are primarily designed for around a 12-month-old. Now, some of these could be great for a 6-month-old and they can grow into them. Some of them are a little more advanced and maybe more for an 18-month-old. First birthday, some of these could be perfect. And then if Christmas is going to fall where they're maybe 9 months old or 15 months old, these could be great as well. So use your judgment on what toys you think are best fitting for the child that you're shopping for. Let's jump right into our first toy. This is the Galt pop-up toy. Galt is G-A-L-T, pop-up toy. So I love this. It comes with 4. And so it's just like a little guy here. This toy is one of my absolute favorites. The reason is it has 4 developmental steps. First step, you load all the little guys and your toddler's going to come up and just take them out. They're just going to learn to take them out. That's it. Next step would be learning to get the piece in. Now they might not match the color. Now third or fourth would be learning to put it in and match the color. And then potentially the last step is the push and pop. So my baby actually learned how to do the pop before they learned how to sort by color, which I found very surprising. So I love this toy. I highly recommend it because those 4 developmental tiers to it and how it can just grow with your kiddo. And I think you can get a lot of use out of this, and it's not big. I mean, this thing is small as far as the footprint it has in your home. It's also only 5 pieces altogether, which I love and appreciate. So Galt pop-up toy, love it, big fan. I love a simple baby doll for both boys and girls. I think they're great. For a 12-month-old, would go with one that has very, very few accessories. So this baby, I believe, came with just pants, shirt, hat, and a single bottle came with it. I love the simplicity. Also, I would consider or recommend for a 12-month-old potentially sewing the clothing on, or even finding a baby that comes with the clothing that is attached to them. Just because when they're that little, them taking off the clothes, they cannot get them back on. So it's more work on you. Up to you on your feelings on that. But I love a baby. It's good to teach our little sons and daughters how to nurture and be kind to others. And I think a baby's a great example of that. Now, for an older child, more 18-month range, or something for them to grow into, we do have the stroller that can go with the baby. So I love this stroller. I will link that for sure. This stroller actually does fold up. It's legitimately a little stroller. Not for real children, of course. But it's got a little storage bin in the back. It's got your little sun visor. It's a very cute little stroller. Again, not necessarily great for a 6-month-old, but if they're on the older end, more like 18 months, they could really, really enjoy this, especially if they're walking comfortably and can push it safely. Now, if they're early in walking, you may not want them to have this because it could, of course, lead to falls. So use your judgment on that, but I love a baby and a baby stroller. When it comes to puzzles, there's a few different options. First, there's ones that come with a large peg or knob. Now, I will say my downside to this puzzle is that it's one where that picture's somewhat printed on it and it's like paper. My child got a little hungry and took a few bites out of this one. So depending on if your baby's going to eat them and put them in their mouths, this may not be the right style yet. Another option would be a style like this. Now, this puzzle has been loved and used for years. It's a family puzzle that's just been passed around. So it's definitely got some wear and tear on it. But if you check out these pieces, they're more of a solid wood piece. Now, I will say there can be damage on them. Your baby can eat them a little bit, but it's a painted wood that's not going to get as damaged as that paper covering. So love this style of puzzle. Again, you may take the pieces off and your baby puts the pieces in, but if they're not ready for that, maybe you complete the puzzle for them and their job is just to take the pieces out. You can make things last longer by using them in multiple stages. Leading into my next item would be this basket that has the pieces in it. So now I'm going to make use of those puzzle pieces in a basket. Children around the 12-month, give or take, little older, little younger, they love items in baskets. They love to take them out. They love to dump the basket. Sometimes they will dump the basket and then they will literally just put all the pieces back in. Dump it, put the pieces back in. That can entertain them surprisingly for quite a while. You can get involved with it too. I've done where I hold the basket and my baby has all the pieces and I'll say, give the piece to mama, give the piece to mama. And they just learn and it's a really, really fun interaction. So I got this basket at Goodwill. Find yourself a couple little baskets or bins and you can have a lot of fun with them. My next item isn't really a toy, but teething sticks. Now, if your baby's on the 18-month end, you're not going to want these. This is definitely more for the younger 6 to 9-month end when teething is happening. These can go in the freezer. They're sort of like a straw. They've got different textures on them for biting and gnawing on. They don't hold water or anything in particular. It's like a straw on the inside. And to clean them, you can just clean them like you would a reusable straw if you have one of those tube style cleaners. So these are great. We actually got them as a gift from one of our aunts and they were really great for teething. So highly recommend these. Similar to a puzzle, we have the lock board. This one is a little bit on the older end. I would not get this for a 6-9-month-old baby. I would shoot more for an 18-month-old on this. 12-month-old, you could, but maybe put it on their wish list and consider it for next year as well. So this lock board has different purposes, functions. There's numbers 1 through 6. If you open the doors, there's a corresponding animal and the number like 3 to 3. So what you can do with your little one is you can lock all the doors and their job is to unlock them, or you can open all the doors and their job is to figure out how to do the locks. I will say this can be challenging. This is definitely a grow into item, and I would rather get it early and then keep testing it, get it out, see if they're using it and figuring it out, and if they're not, put it away and then bring it back out. One con of this toy is you can pinch your fingers. So when they're opening and closing doors, they can definitely get their hand stuck or pinch a finger. Some of the locks you definitely want to be careful with as well. So this one's to use your judgment if you think your child can handle it or not. Toys that are designed for a little bit of an older age. Technically, this toy is for ages 3 and up. But I found that if I waited till my child was 3, they might not be interested in it. So I would recommend getting it more at the 18-month mark and testing it out and just constantly getting it out, put it away. I'm a big fan of toy rotation. You can check out my other information on that in the description. And yeah, see if your child enjoys this. This one's a little bit more older and a little more debatable, I would say. Another item that your children will love and enjoy over the years, just a simple ball. This is probably a 50-cent Walmart ball, something like that. And they're just fun to have. Indoor or outdoor, take them to the park. You're not super worried if they get lost because they're super cheap. But they're fun. We have had this for years now. And we actually have a few more of them, and they can play them with friends. It's an item that's nice to have multiple of if you have friends over. Outdoor parties have quite a few so that there's not a lot of fighting and arguing. So easy gift. My final item is this large tower. So it's about 18 inches tall. It has a top piece here. This is round, and all of this is solid wood. It's kind of heavy. So with my little one, I take this piece off and I put it aside. We don't use that. Not when they're super little. And sometimes I'll even take off the top 2 pieces. This is much more manageable. It's got a nice solid base. It's Melissa and Doug. There's different stacking toys out there. Some of them have a stick down the middle and it's donut shape. This one is not. It is a nesting style. So they just click onto each other. Your toddler can actually figure this out at quite a young age. It's kind of surprising. I did not expect my little one to get it as soon as they did. Now, I will say the pieces can be a little bit heavy. Like you saw me remove the top 2, you could actually do the opposite. You could remove the bottom 2 and just make it a smaller version that maybe the pieces are a little more manageable for your little one to handle. So, love this toy. It's bigger than I thought it was when I first got it, but we've actually really come to enjoy it and love it. And like I said, I tweak it. I use it in different ways. And I make it work for my baby and my toddler throughout the years. So, check this one out as well. I hope those toys helped you come up with a birthday or Christmas list. If we're talking birthday, probably 12-month-old. Some of these could be great for a 2-year-old as well. Christmas, maybe Christmas falls when they're 9 months or 15 months. No matter what, these toys, pick what works for your age group, your baby. I will link what I can in the description, but actually some of these toys are old hand-me-downs that we've had for years and years. So I will link the product or something very, very similar to help you out. So good luck in your shopping and subscribe. Share this with somebody who maybe needs to do some Christmas shopping, grandma, aunts, uncles, whomever. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next one.